Hey everyone! If you've ever watched any of my videos, you'll know that I don't really do unboxing videos a whole lot, but this is a brand new company called Layered Life, and I have the extreme privilege of being on their first ever design team. So I thought it would be fun to do an unboxing for you guys just to tell you a bit more about this company and kind of give you a look at what they have to offer. So this company is called Layered Life, and it's owned by Christine Middlecamp, and I think she's the only one running the show as of right now, but she's hoping to expand her line later on, so she might be adding more people onto her team. But so far there are 5 design team members on her team, myself being one of them. So and this is her first kit for the month of June. So right off the bat, she has everything so nicely packaged. This came in like a sleek black mailer, like a bubble mailer, and there's this custom tissue paper that says Layered Life, and she has her sticker there. So I'm definitely going to save this and hopefully do some sort of project with this or incorporate it into my scrapbooking somehow. And all of her products come in, at least mine came in this little resealable Ziploc bag so that I could keep everything together in the kit. And each month she's going to have like a different sort of theme and a different sort of destination that we're visiting. And the theme is, I think, like hotels. So the first month, which is June, is the Pink Royal Hawaiian Hotel, and there are 3 ephemera packs. One that's called Mix It Up Ephemera, one that's called Memorandum Cards, and one that's called Chit Chat Ephemera. And I don't know if the plan is to keep these 3 types of ephemera packs for the upcoming months, but I do know that in the future months she plans on expanding with like stickers and pattern papers and things like that. So I am really excited just looking at these to see what she has in store for us in the future. But each month comes with like a little door hanger going along with that hotel theme, telling you a bit about the inspiration behind the theme. And on the back, there are some projects and tips and tricks and inspiration. So if you get anything from the store, I think this will probably come with that. And let's just talk a bit more about the different types of packages that she has. So off the bat, they look a bit similar, but there are some differences that I noticed just in going through these. The backs are different, first of all. So they all have different patterns on the back, and you just know that I'll probably be saving those pattern papers so that I can use them for my scrapbooking projects. So let's start with the memorandum cards first. So this one's the one that comes in this package with the pink pattern paper on the back. And these ones are kind of like what I would call mini journaling cards. So you have a lot of these that have the blank spaces in them. There are some with like a little bordered pattern on the bottom, some that are just a pattern themselves without any space, but you could pair these up, for example, and then some other ones that are kind of like journaling cards. So these ones here are sized at about a bit under 2 1/8 inches by a bit under 3 1/8 inches. So you could maybe put these in the center of like a 3x4 card and put that in a 3x4 journaling pocket, or you could layer these as well and provide a really fun effect. And then there's also this package of words. Letters. I think this spells the word Hawaii. Yes, that is correct, Hawaii. So there's that. And then these ones, just as a reference, are about 2 inches by 2 inches. And I've never been to Hawaii before, so I might just use these to spell out a different word, like hi maybe. I think that would be really cute. But let's put this aside and go to our next package, which is the Chit Chat Ephemera. And this one's the one with kind of like the pink and brown palm tree pattern on the back. And this one has, similar to, you know, like as it implies, kind of like more word-based ephemera pieces. So we have one here that says good damn time, runaway queen, poolside, relax, chill. Some of these will have kind of like the same shape, so I'll kind of group them together. So we have discover you. We have this little door here that says Royal Hawaiian, and that is the first kit. So I think that's just what the reference to is to with the number 1. We have this strip that says let us be thankful. 324, no ordinary life. This one here, paradise, it's a wonderful place to be. Super cute. Misfit rebel. Stay. Her vibe is pink hotel. I really like that one. That one's so cute. This blank one here that you can add some journaling or maybe like a date stamp. Lost. Perfect for documenting traveling. This little tag shape here. We have somewhere over the rainbow. We have more strips. This one says travel and forget the rest. This one says I have no plans. Live in wonder. And eat the pancakes. I think it would be really fun to pair these up all in one spread. I think that would be really cute. This one says life narrative and some numbers there. This little cute door hanger that says not right now. Another circle piece that says happy. This one says tiki time. This one here says pink royal, just like a kind of a hotel label there, super cute. Discover. This one here says good things happening by the sea. So I am still working on my travel album to Portland and Seattle, so I'm thinking some of these will go perfectly with that. Do not disturb, please. Wild feminist, I love that. And this cocktails one that says in the lounge, that can be oriented that way. So that's everything in the Chit Chat ephemera pack. And we'll just push these all aside and move on to the next pack, which is the Mix It Up ephemera. So this kind of reminds me a bit of Tim Holtz's ephemera packs, except obviously this one has a whole lot more color and is a lot more feminine, whereas Tim Holtz's one is a bit more distressed. But they have kind of like smaller scaled items that would be like replicas of like items you would find in vintage drawers and things like that. So this one comes with the yellow patterned paper in the back. So for example, this like shrunk down thing that kind of looks like a postcard, this motel poster here, this little number ticket, a flower poster, Hawaii, one that says sun, another square there. This one here, again, kind of looks like a postcard to me. So does this one. I really like the pattern on that. Be wild and free. This one has a swan on it. This one here I thought would be really cute to fold over maybe and be like use as a pull tab of some sort. I think that would be really fun. Another pattern there. That kind of reminds me of like a stamp, if you stamped like 5 cents on there or something like that, kind of like a vintage stamp. This one reminds me of the back of like a playing card, for example. Another sun, a label there. This really cool receipt ticket. I think that's super cute. More butterflies, some more circle pieces, this label here that says the Grand Hotel Resident. I think that's really cute. And then this one that says the Sands. This little tag here. More little squares. And more numbers as well. And then just some fun ephemera pieces here. So these are absolutely jam-packed with things. That one I think I will want to use in one of my travel albums. So definitely lots of things to play around with. So now that we've gone through the contents of this kit, I thought I'd share a quick process video for the first layout that I made with these ephemera packs. This one is going to go in my Life Crafted album, and I'm documenting the start of my adventures on this layered life design team. So while I was doing this unboxing, I had this red floral pattern paper from Ali Edwards' Scents Story Kit on my desk, and I thought the red and yellows would go perfectly with some of the embellishments in this kit. So I've gone through and picked out all of the warm-toned ephemera pieces and set them to one side, and I thought it would be really fun to use this red floral pattern paper and cut it diagonally so that I have one half for each side of my Life Crafted album layout, and spread out all these embellishments in a collage across these 2 pages. I was debating about whether to use this tissue paper from the kit for my background as well, but ended up deciding that it would just make my background way too busy, so I'm going to be doing this on a white background instead. And I've also printed out a photo of our design team announcements as well, and the pinks and the yellows in that photo are going to go perfectly with these embellishments. And for that photo, I just printed it out to slightly wider than the size of one of those memorandum cards so that I can use that as a flip out and place the memorandum cards inside the flip out to hold my journaling. So just adhering my 2 halves of the pattern paper down, and to provide a bit more interest to my background, I'm going to line the diagonal edges of both these halves of the pattern paper with some 1/8 inch score tape and add a bit of gold foiling detail to my page. So essentially this tape is going to act like a transfer, and when I peel off the tape backing, it's going to stick to the foil sheet. It's going to provide a really nice gold detail on the edges of those pieces of pattern paper. And just a reminder that even though this piece of gold foil seems really used up in the sections that I'm using, you can still make the most out of this gold piece of foil by sticking it repeatedly down in those areas that haven't been filled up yet. And it'll just keep transferring the foil onto those sticky parts of the adhesive until there are no sticky parts left that are exposed. Now, after I finish adhering all of my foil down, there were a couple of spots where I had foil overhanging over the edge of that tape, which hasn't happened to me in the past before, so I just took my tweezers and just kind of cleaned up the edges of that foiling a bit there. After that, I'm placing my photo down onto the pattern paper on the left side and just kind of layering it over that diagonal edge there. And then I'm just taking some of the embellishments from these ephemera packs and some of the memorandum cards as well, and kind of laying them down temporarily on my 2-page spread and just seeing where these pieces look the best. And the way I'm going about deciding where to lie these pieces down is I'm kind of putting them in a staggered grid formation. So some of the pieces are lined up on one edge and some of them aren't. And I'm kind of just putting in the larger pieces first and then filling up the blank spaces in between those larger pieces with some of the smaller pieces. And in some cases, I'm cutting some pieces down like that memorandum card with the blue top and the red and pink bottom. And then later on, I'll cut this little black and beige pattern sheet as well, and fit that into one of the spaces in between. And while I'm laying these down, I am trying to make sure that I have a balance of the yellow pieces versus the pink and the red pieces as well, and trying to make sure that I don't have all of the yellow pieces in one spot versus like the pink pieces, and kind of spreading them out over these 2 pages here. So there's lots of shifting around of all these pieces, but once I have everything kind of where I want them to be, I'm just making sure that I have my two pages butted up right against each other. And then that way, when I'm adhering those pieces that are going across these two pages, I can make sure that they're adhered in the right place. And then later I'll just have to trim using my paper trimmer down through the center to cut all of these pieces into the two separate pages. I am also making sure as I'm adhering these down that I have at least one element that's touching the four sides of this spread. So like the top edge, I have that discover piece touching the top edge. I have the swan piece touching the left edge, the door piece touching the bottom edge, and then the yellow card and the red and brown ephemera card overhanging off of the right edge. And I think this just provides a more organic look to my grid here. It just looks less like I've just plopped all of these elements on the page and more like they are part of like an actual art piece or like a wall decor or something like that. So just measuring this tiny little spot here for this label cutout piece that I'm going to adhere right down in the center there. For my interactive element, I was debating whether I wanted to do this as kind of like a pullout where I pull out the journaling memorandum card from behind this photo, or whether I wanted to do a flip out. And I decided a flip out would look the nicest on the spread. And I really liked that pink tab section that's beside the cocktails ephemera piece. So I'm just going to trim that off and use that as a little flip tab for my photo and then save the rest of that ephemera piece for another spread. Before I get to doing that, I'm just going to create a little flip out for my photo here. And the way I usually create flip outs is usually with some cardstock. But I decided with all of this layering and the relatively clean aesthetic that I have going on with this grid layout, I didn't want there to be too much bulk behind this photo. So I just use some scrap pieces of that clear sticker paper that I use to stick this down onto the page, and that creates the perfect hinge for my photo. And I did just burnish that down as well with my burnishing tool, just so that it's a bit harder to see that clear sticker paper on my spread. Here I'm just trimming off that pink section on that cocktails ephemera piece and just using some 1/8 inch score tape to attach that to the back of my photo. And I did make sure to overlap it over those two ephemera pieces on the right side, like that yellow one and that black and beige one, so that it kind of creates a layering effect there. Here I have some more clear sticker paper that I've done some typed up journaling on. I'm just using my printer. And the way I did this was I measured the white areas in those memorandum cards, and I just used that to indicate the size of my typed up journaling space. And that way I can make sure that my journaling fits perfectly into these memorandum cards. And I just think these look so cute as an alternative to hold your journaling. So just making sure everything is nice and lined up before I peel off the tape backing and stick that down. And as usual, I am burnishing all of these down with my burnishing tool, just to make sure that it's as clear as it can be and it doesn't look too foggy on the memorandum cards. I did also save this extra piece of that black and beige ephemera piece, and I'm just layering that behind the yellow memorandum card there. Just adhering my journaling down onto that second memorandum card, and then adhering it onto that space to the right of my flip out, just making sure that it's nice and lined up with that other memorandum card there. For a final finishing touch, I had saved that circle sticker that says Layered Life Retro Goods, and that was what was holding all of the tissue paper in place in my package. And I just trimmed that out and adhered that to the center of that red and brown ephemera card there. And I think that pop of black really provides a nice contrast with the rest of my spread. Once everything is adhered into place, I can go ahead and trim these two sides of my Life Crafted album layout apart, and also trim out those overhanging edges on the right side of my page. And just repunching the holes where I've covered them up with some ephemera pieces on the centers of my Life Crafted album pages. And that's about it for this layout. I had so much fun playing around with this month's kit. Even though it's themed for documenting tropical adventures, like a trip to Hawaii, for example, you'll see in my upcoming posts on the Layered Life Instagram page that you can really use this kit to document a wide variety of things. So for the next couple of months, these kits are only going to be available to purchase individually, but in the fall, I think Christine is planning on releasing the kits as monthly subscriptions, and she's planning on other things being added like pattern papers and stamps as well, so I'm super excited to see what else she has in store for us. Let me know if you enjoyed this combo video with the unboxing of the kit and then the process video. I do live in Canada, so most of the time it does take a while for products to get to me from the States, but I think Christine is hoping to ship out our packages in advance, so I might do some more unboxing videos if you guys find them helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe for more process videos. Thanks so much for watching!